Hey guys, Scott Stevenson here, and in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I shot this promo video for Netflix.
To slay the dragon, use the magic spell! Will!
When I first got the call and I found out who the client was, I was extremely shocked. I've worked for Netflix before as like a key grip, as a gaffer, mostly as like, grip and electric, but usually I'm kind of like the low man on the totem pole. This is my first time working as director of photography for Netflix, and I was super excited to get the call. When the director contacted me and asked me to come on to this project and do a series of videos for the Netflix season 5 of Stranger Things, I was extremely privileged and shocked, and it was just really cool to be part of the whole experience. Definitely a notable milestone for me to actually be able to say that I am a Netflix DP. I've DP'd for Netflix. I've worked with them many times, but being able to actually say that I was a Netflix DP and that I was the DP on a project for Netflix, it's kind of crazy to say. I've come up watching Netflix videos, and back in the day when there was like the discs that they would send you out in the mail, the red discs that they would mail you, and I just, as a young filmmaker, I never thought that I would be working with this company, and making content for them. So I think it was pretty cool. So what were these videos? Let's talk about the concept. The concept was that I needed to create 4 videos, and each one of these was a promo for the new season 5 of Stranger Things. And each set was a miniature set that was created by David Miniatures. You guys should go check him out. He's got his own YouTube channel and social media and stuff. I'll link him down below. Go follow him on Instagram, David Miniatures. Shout out to you. This guy made some incredible stuff. He makes these miniatures of all kinds of really iconic sets from all over the place, and they're incredible. So basically, I was just showcasing his work. I was just bringing his work to life and making it look larger than life, because all of this stuff is so small, so intricate, so tiny. So just being able to see every little detail with the probe lens really brought the whole thing to life. So using the probe lens allowed me to get in there close and get all the details and show all of the little pieces. The concept was to make these tiny little miniature sets look larger than life, look as if they were real sets. And then at the last minute, we'd put in a hand or put in something, and then you would realize that, oh man, this is a miniature. It's not the full set from the show. So as for gear, we used the Pocket 6K Pro, which was pretty much a no-brainer for me. I shoot on this camera all the time. I really love that it has built-in Bluetooth, which allows me to connect my iPad to the camera and be able to control all of the settings remotely, as well as control focus with the nucleus. And I'm able to kind of hang back toward the monitor, control all the settings, start or stop recording, and then also focus everything from the monitor, especially when I'm working with these little miniatures. One little move can really, show in the footage. So I try to kind of stay back a little bit and control everything on the 6K Pro from the Bluetooth. And that's one of my best features, one of the best features of this camera. I really love it a lot. Most of the camera movement took place on a Dana dolly, and I really love working on the Dana dolly. I have 6 foot, 8 foot, 10 foot rails in our G&E package, and I was able to bring in, I think, 4 foot or 6 foot rails, and the camera pretty much stayed on the Dana dolly in, out, side to side throughout the whole entire shoot. And that works really well. There's a lot of really dynamic movements. For the most part, I stayed on a probe lens, and if you've ever shot with a probe lens, that takes a ton of light to expose for that image. So let's talk about lighting. For lighting, I brought in a lot of my own lights from my company's grip and electric package, but Netflix actually has a really nice studio, and they had a lot of lights for us available to use. They had a 12 by with grid cloth and LCD, and they had a couple of sky panels and some aperture lights, some light mats up in the ceiling. Everything was connected via DMX, was on a little Netflix iPad, and it was just really convenient to use and just go in there. And it was all in Blackout. Blackout is a iPad app that is used basically as a lighting console. All my years of working as a gaffer, I've used Blackout quite a few times, so I'm somewhat familiar with it, and I was able to go in there and kind of adjust and tweak some of the lighting, make my own profile, and kind of go from there. I was able to control all of my light mats up above, a couple of the sky panels, and then we had another iPad that was controlling the aperture lights that we brought in, and we were just controlling all that stuff through Sidus Link. We did a lot of RGB lighting with color. We did one cool shot with a transition from daytime to nighttime, where we had to cue all of the lights to go from a night sort of a vibe, very blue, cool sort of a light, all the way and make a transition into a warm, like early morning or like a sunset kind of a warm vibe. And we had to do it in real time as the miniature was spinning, and I think it turned out really well. And the cueing of the lighting really came into play on that shot individually. For the scoops, the ice cream store, that was pretty flat lighting, mostly daylight pushing in, and we had a couple little like stuff on the sides. Definitely the most fun ones to shoot were the clubhouse. Any of the shots we did with the clubhouse, we had a little hand fogger that we were creating some mist with, and that really looked awesome. We actually shot a ton of stuff with spiders, actual real spiders. And we actually had a black widow on set. I guess there's no black widows in the show, so they took it out. But we did a lot of these really cool shots with the black widow spider, and that looked amazing. And I'll show a couple shots here with the black widow cruising around. And we had this other spider that sort of looks like a black widow, but it's not as dangerous. And we had a spider handler come in and take care of these spiders, and some of these shots look absolutely insane. We did Vecna's lair, and in this one we had a lot of the low-lying haze from the smoke genie, and we just shot the smoke genie down around and had some of the haze and the atmosphere just kind of going through the scene and really creating like a really cool atmosphere, as if everything's kind of like in hell almost, or like, you know, very demonic sort of vibe. It's really scary kind of a vibe from that. Also, one of my favorite sets that we got to light and shoot is the arcade. David Miniatures did an amazing job with the arcade set. Each an individual little tiny arcade had its own little screen on it that was playing different like asteroids and, you know, He-Man and all different types of games that were actually like looping the game, and you could hear the game audio and see it on the tiny little screen. So that made it really, really cool. And then all of the neon lights, and then I added in my own different types of neon lights to kind of complement what was going on. But the neon shoot of the arcade really looked fantastic. And we basically come in with some RGB stuff. We put LCD on all of the lights to control the spill and the directionality of all of them. So we had them on the light mats. Also, we brought in our own 6x on one side and then a 12x on the other side. We also brought in the MT Pro, which is like a little 1-foot tube, battery operated tube, and that played quite a bit as like a little backlight or just kind of like a fill here and there when we needed it, especially on the probe lens, needed a ton of light. Shooting with my crew at the Netflix studios was an awesome experience. There was a ton of great food at the cafeteria, as well as an amazing view of Los Angeles, and it was just great vibes. I can just tell it's like a cool place to work. And being there for the couple days that I was there and having access to their studio and their loading docks and being able to go in and out with my crew and shoot was just an amazing experience. And I'm so happy on how everything turned out and how all the different promos turned out. I hope you guys get to check them out and enjoy them. If you want to see the full versions, go over to my Instagram. I have them posted just right there on my Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, go to Scott's Films, check me out. Once again, I'm Scott. Thanks for watching. Feel free to check out my past videos as well as subscribe to see my future ones. Peace.